EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Chicago Bears. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. And his first look is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And right away, he lost the football. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Escaping the pressure right. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson, and he's going to go down again. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Onto the field now come the Bears. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Radley. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. On first down, Adams. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Tempo.
On second down, Wilson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go now. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man right side is Shark. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
14, buddy.
Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. He'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Sharks got it left side. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
The Redskins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And Lambo will put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
14. Tempo. 12.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. DJ Chark with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. 1st and 10. It's Wilson. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Hey, 80's yours, 80's yours. Check.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Shedding through the defense. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Hauschka with the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Tempo. Gotta go.
Second and 10, it's Wilson again. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's Kelsey on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's first and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. And this is not even going to get there. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Hauschka's kick is good. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Bosher to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Bears in good field position to start out, first and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a third down and 6 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
And they'll run it here with Adams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Second and goal from inside the 5. On second and goal, here's an option play left. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Devontae Booker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that what against symptomatic?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Wilson now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Second and 10 now. Wilson going for the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Tempo. 14. Look.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. Here's Matt Bosher now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Here's Wilson, flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jonathan Hankins in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Gotta go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and a mile.
19.
From the gun, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Carl Lawson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
And play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Short kick. One of the up men will take it down. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now come the Redskins. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The drive starts with Devontae Booker, and he stopped immediately there. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Running right through him. This is Booker on the dump off. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. DJ Chark with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun. Hey, one set. Check.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Got an open man. It's Ratley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Lucky 56.
throw. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And going deep for Hill. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10.
14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Move 15. Gotta go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Sharks got it, left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Booker on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5.
14, run it. Gun.
Operating from the gun. Wilson going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the... And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Wilson operating from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Bears will get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
This will be caught inside the 10. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll get it up the middle. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Wilson looking deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He'll look to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Just get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll set up to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up end. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened now.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, 30, 20, 10. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the